Joining us now, Sean Spicer, the Communications Director and Chief Strategist for the Republican National Committee on enemy territory here in the Democratic National Committee.
No, not yet. It was.
Everyone
Look,
likes
they're focused. They're focused on infighting, not coming after us.
You knew he would go there.
Yeah, Sean, can I ask you a question? The Russians, they hacked into the DNC emails. Any evidence that they hacked into the Republican National Committee emails?
No. Our security has been maintained. There's been no breach. But just to be clear, and one of the things that's interesting about that discussion is there's no question about who wrote the emails. I think the deflection from the Clinton campaign to talk about the Russians, I get it. That's important to discuss. But the fact of the matter is that they got caught. They got caught rigging the system. The emails are out, and now their defense is, well, it was the Russians. No, it was them who wrote it. If they hadn't written the emails rigging the system, there'd be nothing to hack.
There's a real question here. If Russians have hacked into these email systems, and do you think that the Russians or Russian state actors are trying to influence the U.S. election?
I have no idea. I don't know any of this. What I do know is that there's no denying the emails that they wrote. I do think it's important that we figure out how this happened. But I also think it's interesting that we have the political emails are one thing, right? That's bad for the DNC. It cost Debbie Wasserman Schultz her job. But my concern is that we have a server that Hillary Clinton had, a secret server, that has been noted by the FBI to have had top secret classified information that was vulnerable. That's what I care about, because that's real information that threatens our national security.
Let's stay on the DNC for a second right now. You mentioned the political emails that are embarrassing. If someone hacked in to the Republican National Committee emails, would there be anything embarrassing in there? Do you know for a certainty that there wouldn't be some emails that were upsetting to the Trump campaign?
Oh, I'm sure there's something. I mean, you know.
Then why are you making so much?
No, but there's a difference. No, I don't know. Is there anything that Reince Priebus and the RNC played it neutral this thing? Is there something that can be taken out of context? I'm sure every day I send funny emails. I'm a funny guy.
There'd be no
but there's nothing that there's no. There's nothing that I think Donald Trump would be demanding the resignation of Reince Priebus for. Absolutely not.
If, in the spirit of transparency, will you release your emails?
No, it's none of your business. Will you give me yours? I mean, that's a silly question. The Dems got caught. No, the Dems got caught red-handed, and now the onus is on us to release our emails. Whoa, time out. This is absolutely ridiculous. The Democrats got caught rigging a system for Hillary Clinton. She couldn't win in 2008, so they rigged the system for her. Everybody was on board, and now suddenly we have to answer for it, and the Russians are to blame. Give me a break. At some point, people have to say they need to own up to the fact that they did this. It's not everybody else's fault. One scandal after another. It's everybody else's fault. The vast right-wing experience, the RNC, George Bush, the Russians.
Are they owning up to it by Debbie Wasserman?
No, Robbie Mook's out there talking about, you know, how he's concerned about the Russians. You should be concerned that Hillary Clinton had a server with top secret classified information, and it could potentially get out and threaten national security. That's what you should be concerned about. You should be concerned about, despite all the talk that you gave to Bernie Sanders about a transparent system, you rigged it. That's what people should be concerned about. Just to be clear,
because I'm having a hard time telling by the tone of your voice. You're not.
I can tell.
You're not going to release You're not going to release your emails.
No, I'm not releasing my emails. I mean, frankly, that's ridiculous.
No, we were just looking.
Having fun.
I know.
The Democratic National Committee is getting a lot of focus right now because
they are,
emails that they wrote internally went public. And you could say a lot of organizations where all of a sudden, if their emails went public, they'd be embarrassed.
I'm sure. I mean, I know that there's been leaks of media organizations and corporations in the past. I get it. But the fact of the matter is they came out very strongly throughout this cycle talking about the fact that it was not rigged, that they had no predisposition to Hillary Clinton. And what happened is they got caught in a lie. They got caught rigging the system. And that's, I mean, no one else should have to answer for it except them. But the bigger problem that we're going to see on the floor all week is not one person resigning or a bunch of emails. It's the fact that there is a huge ideological drift in the party here, from the extreme far left to the far left. They have substantive issues. It's not just about how the system was run. It's about real differences between where a good chunk of this party is this week.
Last week they did not go exactly as you had designed. I know you can acknowledge that. So are you careful in your criticisms so quickly of how this convention is going to go?
No, I think we had some hiccups. There's no question about it. But look where we came out. Your own poll this morning shows us up 7 points. It's the first bounce for a presidential campaign since 2000. I feel really good about the message that we delivered. The poll on CNN after Donald Trump's speech, 76% thought it was a great speech and were more inclined to vote for him. I like that. Hey, look, the bar has been set. We set it last week, and I'm glad to put up their convention against ours.
Sean Spicer had his coffee this morning. Or he just happens when he sits next to me.